everybody, I'm Alicia Camacho and thank you for watching. Guys, we've reached episode 10. I don't know why episode 10 is of such important significance for me. Maybe it's because I've actually made it to 10 episodes, which is something that I'm really happy about. The fact that I've, over these last couple of weeks, months, tried to, put a little bit of me out there into the world. Thank you to everybody who's been watching and keeping up with every episode. I really appreciate it. This week's episode and next week's episode is a two-part sort of thing, so you'll get part 1 this week and part 2 next week. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about myself. The first fact about me that you may not know is my name. My name is Alicia, pronounced Alicia, but there are various pronunciations of my name. Since I was a kid, people have always been getting my name wrong. It's not that it's a difficult name to pronounce, it's just there's so many different variations of how to pronounce it. The name Alicia is derived from the name Alice, which is Greek truth. So that's, I cannot lie, so I guess maybe, kind of put it on me. A lot of people tend to lean towards either calling me Alicia or Alicia. That's not my name, guys. No offense to anybody who does call me those variations of the name. A lot of people say it's because it's the spelling, that it's pronounced this way, but I've always known it to be pronounced my way, Alicia. I'd like to think that people would do it in the more Portuguese way, because the Portuguese people kind of know what's up when it comes to my name. Although it's not a Portuguese name, if you say my name in the Portuguese tone, it comes out correct. Alicia, which would then lead to Alicia. So the way I'd like to tell people on how to pronounce my name, and I put this on my CV, just so that people didn't call me Alicia. I spend my life trying to tell people my name is Alicia, and they'll be like, oh hi Alicia, and I'm just like, what? The way I like to break my name up is 3 different ways. The first one is Alicia, Alicia, like the singer Sia. One of my favorite ones because people can get Sia. So C-I-S-I-A, same sort of tone and pronunciation. A lot of people think that, so my mom's mom was Alice, or Elise in Portuguese. A lot of people think that my mom named me after my gran. This is an incorrect fact. Parents just really like the name. Dad wanted to call me Savannah. Shout out to all the Savannahs I may know. I think I only know one. My mom was like, no, she's not feeling the name for various reasons. So they landed on the name Alicia. It's just they really like the name. In terms of nicknames, when I was younger, I was really bad with maths and English, so I got sent to study center, and there was a teacher there, Miss Late. She started calling me Lychee. I'm hoping it's because she thought I was super sweet. When I moved to my new school in grade 5, she happened to be teaching in the high school section of that school, and I saw her and she called me Lychee, and one of the guys in my grade overheard her call me Lychee the next day in class, and he was like, hey Lychee, and I was like, what? I was like, who are you and why do you know this name? Somehow the name sort of just clicked on. How kids are in school, you have a nickname, it sounds very unusual. So they started calling me Lychee, and this carried on with me until high school. Everybody knew me as Lychee. I even eventually introduced myself as Alicia, but told them that they could call me Lychee for, as a nickname if they felt more comfortable with calling me a brute. They called me Lychee, which is really fun, and even on my matric jacket for, final year, my nickname on my back was Lychee. Everybody knew me as Lychee. Simple. When I went to university, no one actually called me that. Everyone just called me Alicia. But there were some friends that I happened to go to high school with that were in the same university, so they called me Lychee. There was only ever one person in my year in varsity that called me Lychee. I checked with him and he always just referred to me as Lychee. So that's my name. The second fact about me, and I know a lot of people will be shocked and freaked out because of this, I do not eat strawberries. My earliest memory of strawberries was when I was really, really young. I think about 3 years old, and my grandfather had strawberries growing in his backyard. I was like, oh, what's this? And he was like, it's a strawberry, eat a strawberry. I ate it and I didn't like it, guys. The reason why I didn't like the strawberry was because of the little seeds on the outside. I just didn't like it. I still to this day don't like it. I make a lot of, I like strawberry flavored things. I like the strawberry flavor, but I don't like the actual fruit itself. A lot of people are shocked by this all the time, and then they're like, how can you not eat it? Guys, I just don't eat it. I'm not a fan of fruits that have lots of seeds, so guavas and granadillas and stuff like this. No. I'm good, thanks. The next thing about me, and what? I don't eat raw vegetables. I used to have this thing where I was like, I don't eat raw vegetables and I don't eat cooked fruit. The cooked fruit thing is a little bit different now because I don't mind eating apple pie or poached pear. My issue comes with maybe pineapple on a hamburger or on a pizza. That's just a no-go for me. Please don't do that. I don't like eating raw carrots. I don't like eating celery. I don't like eating peppers that are raw. For me, my veggies have to be cooked well done. I want my veggies to be the most dead it can be. And I'm not saying I want soggy veggies because that's also not so great. But I definitely want it super cooked where I can't taste that rawness of a vegetable. I know it's super weird, but I just can't get past the flavor. One of my childhood friends, she would come to school with cut up peppers, celery, carrots, and she would just eat it. And I'd be like, dude, how can you just eat it? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But she's weird and wonderful, and I love her for that. I've always wanted to be an actress since I was in grade 3, so I was about 9 years old. However, during my high school career, some comments and setbacks made me doubt myself a little bit in terms of my career path. So I was considering becoming a pastry chef. So I like desserts, and I thought, you know what, this would be a wonderful career. So I was in grade 11 and I was going through this turbulent phase of my life where I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. During one supper, I was like, yo, parents, I'd like to take a gap year. And they looked at me and they were like, okay, cool, and carried on eating. And I was like, what? Most parents would freak out if their kids were like, I want to take a gap year. And I was like, you guys are chill with me taking a gap year? And they were like, yes. Would rather spend the money on something that you're going to want to study instead of you wasting a whole year of your life studying something that you don't like, and it's just a waste of money. So I was like, it makes total sense. So during my gap year, I went traveling around Europe, and I actually stopped by a French cooking school in France, and I was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to go see what it's all about. It was very, very nice and friendly, but the more I was walking through this tour, the more I realized that I didn't want to be a pastry chef. I thought to myself, I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. to go make bread, or start with my cake batters. I want to wake up and I want to go shoot a scene at 4 o'clock in the morning. Considering that I'm not a morning person and it takes me a while to wake up, the fact that I want to wake up at 4 in the morning to go shoot a movie put everything into perspective for me. Eventually it led to 3 years of studying at university for my degree, and now I am here making YouTube videos and sending out my CV, hoping that there is someone who sees something in me. I'm more and more certain now that telling stories, making movies, acting in movies is what I'm meant to do. It's just a matter of getting there. I do want to open up a dessert restaurant one day, purely because I like desserts, guys. I am a dessert person. If I could eat desserts for the rest of my life, I would. Dessert for me is my favorite part of any meal. I will always go look at the dessert menu first before I decide what I have for my main course. For me, dessert is the most exciting part of the meal. If there's good desserts, I'm always going to plan my main meal around it. This next one, guys, I'm calling myself a fan because I really enjoy the stories. I haven't gone hardcore into it. I don't watch the animations to this movie franchise, but I have watched every single movie and I do have my opinions on it and theories. I just don't particularly share them because there's some really hardcore fans out there, and I'm actually scared of you guys sometimes. No offense. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, guys. I just love it. It's one of the greatest movie franchises ever. I do like to keep up with what is happening. I'm really excited because Disney's bringing out a brand new TV show on their network or their platform called The Mandalorian. A Star Wars story, but not part of the Star Wars stories that we currently know. It's a back story, but taken away from the Star Wars that we know, which is great because they're exploring the Star Wars world, because there's so much to explore. Favorite character, a lot of people may think I'm crazy, but I really love Anakin, guys. I think he's such a tormented soul, and he went through so much, and that fear, like I totally understand fear. And the thing is, the Sith took advantage of that fear. Rey is also one of my favorite characters. I think she's really, really cool, and I love the fact that they've put a female Jedi, because in the original movies you never saw much of a female Jedi. It was mostly just all male Jedis. But having a female Jedi is fantastic. Guys, I just really like watching the story. I've seen the movies several times, and I can't get enough of it. I really, really love it. I like lots of franchise movies. There's so many that I could list, like The Godfather. I love all 3 parts. Second part is my favorite. First movie, then comes second place, and third movie was great, but it was like really like, oh, he's your cousin, bruh. Other movie franchise is Harry Potter. I got on this Harry Potter train like quite late. I love watching Harry Potter movies. There's just something so awesome about it, and the fact that J.K. Rowling puts so much detail and like information. There's like so much behind what she's put in there. Like to this day, she's still holding on to secrets, guys, and I think that's fantastic. Like everything for her in her books and in the movies has a meaning and a purpose, and that's so important, because I believe that so many things have meanings and purposes, and some people may think that things are just random, but in life, nothing is random. Nothing at all. My favorite bands, guys, I really, really enjoy listening to music. I appreciate all kinds of music and all types of music, except for heavy metal. Like, please do not scream at me, dude. Like, I know you're angry and frustrated and you want to get your points across. Please, do not scream at me. Like, I just don't like it. There are some bands that I do absolutely love. I love them because their music is like, it evolves, but you can still hear that it's them. They make music that they like and for their fans, and for me that's like super important. The first band that I really, really like is the Kooks. They are amazing. Guys, they are my favorite band. I've seen them twice. The first time was under a bridge in the middle of Johannesburg. I'm 1.54 meters, so I couldn't see the stage, and there were these girls, and she was like, oh, you can't see, follow me. My dad and I were following this girl, and she's got my hand, and she's pushing through the crowds, and here I am, and she gets me like there are 5 people in front of me away from Luke Pritchard, guys. I was like, ah, this is amazing. But then she lit up a joint, guys, and I was like 16 and very like inexperienced. I was like, oh my gosh, weed. I have every single one of their albums. I first discovered them watching Gossip Girl. Their song came on, and I was like, who is this band? Next band is an unusual band. I heard about them in grade 9, I think. Ooh, interesting. Alt J. That's a very curious name for a band. And I listened to their very first album, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like heaven and honey to my ears. The last band that I really, really like, and it's a recent one. I don't know why I only started liking them recently, because then I went back and listened to their previous albums and I actually really like their music. This band that I'm talking about is 5 Seconds of Summer. I've mentioned them quite a lot over these past couple of months. Their latest album, Young Blood, is literally a musical masterpiece. They're just taking their music to a completely different level. They are like only 22, 23 years old, so they're like my age, and they're singing about things that I can relate to. You can hear the maturity in their music, but also tell that it's still them keeping to the original, but expanding on that. So guys, that is part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. There's lots more to come. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow me on my social media and to keep up to date with what I'm listening to, what I'm watching, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what's going on in here. It's all very interesting, guys. Remember, you are awesome, you are great.